Every moment of your life, every coincidence, every delay, every unexpected twist is not random. It's architecture, invisible architecture. Reality isn't built from matter first. It's built from observation. And you, yes, you are the silent architect shaping it all. When you look at something, when you give it attention, you don't just see it, you collapse it. In the quantum field, possibilities exist as waves. Infinite fluid waiting until the moment of observation. Until consciousness enters the scene and says that one. It's like standing before an ocean of timelines. Each wave a different version of your life. The one where you're free, the one where you're abundant, the one where love flows effortlessly. All of them exist right now, but you can only surf one at a time. And the board you ride is your frequency. You see, your thoughts are not just stories in your head. They're electromagnetic signals. Every feeling you hold, every belief you repeat, broadcasts energy into this invisible field, and that field listens. It organizes itself according to the coherence of your signal, not your words, not your wants, your state. The universe doesn't respond to begging. It responds to being. Think about it when you're relaxed. When you trust, when you stop chasing. Synchronicities appear, opportunities align. You meet people by accident who shift your path because your frequency stops fighting the current and finally begins to flow with it. That's not magic, that's quantum law. Dr. Joe Dispenza once said, "The quantum field responds not to what we want, but who we are being." You've been conditioned to think manifestation is about getting something, but true creation isn't about reaching out. It's about resonating in right now. The version of you who already has what you desire already exists. They're not out there in the future. They're a vibration away, a shift in awareness, a breath, a single decision to embody the emotion of, it's already done. So here's the quiet truth. Reality doesn't need to be forced. It's waiting to be allowed. Most people never realize this. They keep hammering against the walls of circumstance, unaware those walls are mirrors, reflecting the energy they hold inside. The moment you stop trying to fix the reflection and begin to shift, the vibration within the mirror changes on its own. And when it does, you don't need to chase signs anymore. You become the sign, the frequency that bends probability around you, the observer that silently architects worlds. Because manifestation isn't about believing harder. It's about remembering deeper. Remembering that you are not inside reality. Reality is inside you. And that realization is where the real science. Reality isn't built from matter first. It's built from potential. Imagine this before anything becomes solid. It exists as a vibration, a possibility, a wave waiting to be witnessed. Every outcome, every version of your life is already written in invisible ink across the fabric of existence. And that fabric is what scientists call the quantum field. It's not somewhere far away in space. It's here in you, around you, through you. It's the invisible ocean that holds everything that could ever be, every choice, every chance, every dream, floating as potential energy, waiting for one thing, your observation. Because in the quantum field, nothing exists until consciousness interacts with it. The moment you observe, you collapse the wave. You choose a possibility and call it reality. This is not philosophy, it's physics. At the subatomic level, particles behave like clouds of probability, but the instant they're measured, they solidify into a single point. A chosen timeline. That collapse doesn't happen randomly. It happens in response to the observer. And who is the observer? You. You are not a passive witness of the universe. You are an active participant in creation itself. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, sends out electromagnetic waves that ripple through the field, carving patterns of coherence or chaos, depending on what you radiate. Your mind is not just inside your brain. Your brain is inside your mind. Neuroscience shows that your brain waves shift with emotion. Gratitude opens coherent alpha states. Fear collapses them into survival mode. Your nervous system literally tunes the frequency of your perception, like a radio adjusting to different stations of reality. And the universe, it's that infinite radio network. Each frequency holds a different song, a different version of your life. When you're tuned to doubt, you can't hear the music of abundance. When you're tuned to fear, the signal of love is muffled by static. But when your inner signal, your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs fall into harmony. You tune yourself to the timeline, where what you desire is already true. It's like walking into a room of mirrors. You don't need to beg the reflection to smile. You simply smile first. Your state creates the reflection. Your energy shapes the matter. Dr. David Bohm, one of the great quantum physicists, once described reality as a holographic universe, a projection of consciousness. Every shift in your inner world reorganizes the outer one. Every coherent feeling acts like gravity, pulling matching circumstances toward you. That's why emotion is the real language of the field. Thoughts are the spark, emotions are the charge. And together they sculpt probability into form. When your heart and brain sync, when gratitude replaces doubt, when love overrides fear, you create coherence. And coherence is creative power. It's the state where miracles don't just happen, they become normal. You see, manifestation isn't a mental trick. It's a neurological, electromagnetic, and spiritual process. Your thoughts organize light. Your feelings command energy and your focus. That sacred act of attention collapses infinite possibility into one-lived timeline. That's the blueprint. That's how consciousness becomes creation. But if it's truly this simple, if reality responds so perfectly to our vibration, why do so many people still struggle? Why do affirmations fail? Why do vision boards gather dust, while dreams stay distant? The answer lies not in the quantum field, but in the interference between you and it. The resistance that scrambles your frequency, the doubt that fractures your coherence, the fear that whispers you're not ready yet. Let's step into that shadow next, because to manifest clearly, you must first understand what's been blocking the signal all along. If the universe responds so perfectly, if every thought and emotion shapes the quantum field, why then do some desires never arrive? Why do some people visualize endlessly, affirm constantly, yet see nothing but the same repeating patterns? It's not because the quantum field is ignoring you. It's because there's interference in the signal. a subtle static, between what you want and what you actually believe. This interference is called resistance. And resistance isn't punishment. It's protection. It's the mind's attempt to keep you safe in the familiar even when that familiar is suffering. You see, your conscious mind might say, I want abundance, but your subconscious still whispers, I don't deserve it. That whisper carries far more energy than the words you speak aloud. The field doesn't respond to language. It responds to frequency. And when your desire vibrates at one frequency, but your inner belief hums at another, you're sending out two stations at once. And the result is noise. Imagine trying to tune into a song you love, but two radio stations overlap. The melody is there buried beneath the static, but you can't quite hear it clearly enough to dance. That's what happens when your energy says yes and no at the same time. You're not failing to manifest. You're just broadcasting two realities simultaneously. And the universe, infinitely intelligent, infinitely responsive, can only mirror the one you feel is most true. Not the one you hope for, but the one you embody. Let's look deeper. Picture someone visualizing wealth. They close their eyes, see themselves abundant, free, generous. But underneath that image, a quiet pulse runs. I've never had enough. I'm afraid to lose what I have. I'm not like those who succeed. That emotional undertone, that hidden frequency, is what the field locks onto. Because emotion is energy in motion. It's the command signal that instructs creation what to form. So the person keeps visualizing wealth, but emotionally radiates lack. And the quantum field, neutral as light, simply reflects the dominant tone. That's not failure, that's physics. It's not that your dreams aren't working. It's that they're trying to fight through the static of old belief. You can't broadcast abundance from the frequency of fear. You can't manifest love while holding on to the vibration of unworthiness. And you can't step into a new timeline when your energy is still entangled with the old. Resistance, then, isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. It's showing you where you're still divided within yourself. So when you feel blocked, don't try to push harder. Don't fight the static, listen to it. Ask, what is this frequency trying to protect me from? Because often resistance is just your nervous system, clinging to control, trying to keep life predictable, even if that predictability hurts. Your ego says, it'll relax when I get what I want. But the field says, you'll get what you want when you relax. The more you grasp, the more you delay. The tighter you hold, the more the wave collapses into fear. Because resistance is the energetic signal of separation, and separation tells the field it's not here yet. But the quantum truth is it's always here. It just can't enter a space that's filled with fear of its absence. So, if you want the current of reality to change direction, you must release the fight against what is. You must become transparent to your desire, not by chasing it, but by aligning with the feeling that it's already real. That's where this path leads next, because manifestation doesn't unfold through control. It blossoms through surrender. When you stop trying to command the field, you begin to flow with it. And when you flow with it, it bends effortlessly around you. What if the very act of trying to manifest is the thing that keeps your desire away? Because the moment you chase, you admit it isn't here. And the moment you try to control the outcome, you step out of the flow that creates all outcomes. This is the great paradox of manifestation. You don't receive when you force. You receive when you allow. When you stop grasping for alignment, you become alignment itself. In quantum physics, there's a phenomenon called entanglement. Two particles once connected remain linked across any distance. Touch one and the other instantly responds. No delay, no travel. Just instant knowing. Your desired reality is already entangled with you. It's not somewhere else, it's here. Vibrating in a dimension your current state hasn't yet tuned into. But the more you try to make it happen, the more you reinforce the illusion of distance. You tell the field it's not mine yet, and the field, obedient and neutral, echoes that truth back. Trying is tension. Tension collapses the wrong waveform, and what you get over and over again is more effort, more waiting, more wanting. Surrender, on the other hand, is not giving up, it's giving over. It's releasing control back into the intelligence that beats your heart, moves your breath, and orchestrates galaxies. You stop pushing energy outward and begin to rest in the awareness that you already are. The field itself, when you surrender, your brain shifts frequencies. It moves from the frantic beta waves of survival to the calm alpha and theta rhythms of creation. That's where magic happens. In the space between thoughts, in the silence beneath desire, and in that silence a new signal forms, a broadcast of trust, gratitude, and neutrality. Gratitude says it's already mine. Trust says I don't need to chase it. Neutrality says I am whole even without it. And the quantum field, always listening, responds to those emotional frequencies instantly, because those are the frequencies of completion. They tell the field it's done, and so it is. This is how quantum synchronization works. When you release resistance, your energy signature changes, and your desired timeline finds you instantly. Effortlessly, because in the field, there is no time delay, there is only resonance. Imagine it like tuning forks. When one vibrates, the other begins to hum in harmony. You don't chase the note. You simply become still enough to vibrate with it. That's how manifestation truly unfolds. Not through force, but through frequency. Not through control, but through coherence. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. And who you are is not the seeker, but the source. When you remember that, the need to manifest dissolves, because everything you once chased now moves toward you, drawn by the gravitational field of your surrender. This is the ultimate switch from doing to being, from grasping to allowing, from separation to unity. So breathe. Relax the mind that's been trying to control the mystery. Let life unfold through you. Not because of you. The quantum field doesn't need your tension. It needs your trust. Because creation doesn't happen when you demand it. It happens when you remember you are it. You've learned that reality doesn't bend through force. It bends through frequency. Now let's make that real. Let's turn philosophy into practice. Energy into embodiment, awareness into creation. Because the truth is quantum. Manifestation isn't an idea you believe in. It's a state you practice being in. Here's how you do it. The 5 steps to collapse possibility into form. Step 1. Observation. The mirror of awareness. Everything begins with observation. In quantum physics, a particle doesn't exist in one place. Until it's observed. Before that moment, it's just a wave of infinite potential. Your thoughts work the same way. Every belief, every pattern, every emotional loop, it all exists in a superposition until you see it clearly. So start there. Become the scientist of your own mind. Notice the thoughts that tell you, I'm not ready, it always goes wrong, I have to struggle. These thoughts are waveforms. You've been collapsing unconsciously. Reality, responding faithfully to the observer you've been. At the moment you see them without judgment, you shift from being the pattern to being the presence. Watching the pattern. That's the power of awareness. The moment you observe, you begin to rewire the code. Because what you observe consciously, you stop living unconsciously. Step 2. Frequency calibration. Feeling before it's real. Now that you've seen the old program, it's time to tune your energy to a new one. Imagine the universe as an infinite radio station. Every possible reality, every timeline, every outcome already exists on a frequency of its own. You don't create the signal. You tune into it. And the deal is emotion. You want abundance, then feel what abundance feels like. Not someday, but now. You want love, then embody the warmth, openness, and safety you imagine that love would bring. Because your body is a transmitter, and emotion is the language of the field. Neuroscience calls this emotional rehearsal. When you feel and experience vividly, your brain fires the same neural pathways as if it were actually happening. You literally become that version of you chemically, energetically and magnetically. And the field being perfect. Resonance reflects that back as form. So don't ask for what you want. Ask yourself, what does it feel like when it's already done? Then breathe into that frequency until your cells begin to hum with it. Step 3. Coherence, when mind and heart speak the same language. You felt the emotion, now let coherence lock it in. Most people think in one frequency and feel in another. They say, I believe it'll happen. But inside their heart whispers, I doubt it. That's incoherence, 2 signals canceling each other out. Like static on a radio, but when your thoughts, emotions, and body speak the same truth, that's coherence. Science has measured this. When your heart and brain move into harmony, an electromagnetic field expands around your body. Stronger, clearer, more organized. That field interacts directly with the quantum field. It's how you become a broadcasting tower of creation. So here's the key. Think it, feel it. Move as if it's already done. Even your posture sends signals to the field. Confidence tells the quantum certainty exists here. Peace tells it the outcome is secure. And the more you embody those states, the faster the invisible becomes visible. Step 5. Detachment, the science of letting go. Now comes the hardest and most liberating step. Detachment. Letting go isn't abandoning your desire. It's releasing your grip on how and when it arrives. Because when you keep checking, asking, measuring, you're sending a signal of not yet. You're telling the field, I'm still waiting. But the field mirrors you perfectly. So waiting begets waiting. In quantum mechanics, once the observer collapses the wave, they step back, they don't force it. They allow the probability to become reality. Detachment is that step back. It's trust embodied. It's the art of letting energy settle into form, without interfering with the process. Think of it like planting a seed. You don't dig it up every morning. To check if it's growing, you nurture the soil. Trust the cycle and let time reveal the bloom. Detachment says, I've already tuned in. Now I let the song play. This is where surrender becomes science, and control transforms into creation. Step 5. Integration. Living as if. The final step is embodiment, where spiritual principle becomes physical proof. To live as if doesn't mean pretending. It means embodying the frequency so completely that your environment has no choice but to rearrange around you. You act from the reality you've tuned into. Not toward it, you speak as the version of you who already knows it's done. You move with calm certainty. Instead of anxious hoping, you give, create, connect from fullness, not lack. This is the secret that masters and mystics have always known. The moment you become the vibration, the universe rushes to make it visible. Because you no longer seek alignment. You are alignment. You stopped being the observer and started being the observed. That's how you collapse reality. Through presence, through coherence. Through surrender. Reality doesn't change when you wish harder. It changes when you become the version of you that it's already true for. And once you begin living from that space, something miraculous happens. The outer world starts mirroring your inner frequency, and reality itself begins to look back at you. That's where we go next, into the quantum mirror. There comes a moment quiet, almost invisible, when something inside you clicks. The old noise softens, the struggle dissolves, and the world begins to move with you. Instead of against you. That's the shift. It's not fireworks or sudden miracles, though those can happen too. It's the subtle harmony between your inner and outer worlds. The sense that life is no longer random but responsive. You start noticing it first through small things. A phone call arriving at the perfect time, a stranger's words, echoing the very thought you had this morning, a door opening exactly where you once saw walls. These are not coincidences. They are coherence made visible, tiny reflections showing you that the signal is clear, that your frequency has finally found its match. This is the quantum mirror, life reflecting you not what you wish, not what you force, but what you believe yourself to be. When you live in lack, the mirror shows absence. When you live in trust, it shows timing. When you live in gratitude, it shows grace. The mirror never lies. It can only echo your state of being. So when reality feels chaotic, don't fight the reflection. Change the stance of the one looking in. Because your outer world isn't happening to you. It's happening through you. You are not manifesting reality like a magician, pulling tricks from thin air. You are remembering that reality has always been in conversation with you. Every emotion is a frequency. Every belief is a command. Every act of presence rewrites the code of what you call life. And the more you trust that, the more you rest in calm certainty, instead of constant chase, the faster reality begins to rearrange. Think of it like standing before a calm lake. If your thoughts are turbulent, the water ripples and the reflection distorts. But the moment you quiet the mind, the water stills and suddenly the reflection is perfect. That's what inner coherence feels like. That's what true alignment looks like. Synchronicities become your language with the universe, gentle confirmations that you're moving in resonance with your timeline. You stop asking when will it come, and start realizing it's already here. You see beauty in ordinary moments. Time feels softer, the right people, opportunities and solutions flow towards you with almost effortless precision, because you're no longer vibrating from need. You're radiating from knowing. And that's when manifestation ceases to be a technique. It becomes a way of being. Maybe this is what awakening really means. Not escaping the human experience, but aligning it with your infinite one. Not becoming more spiritual, but remembering you already are a fragment of consciousness. Playing in the field of possibility. You stop needing to chase alignment because you are alignment. You stop needing proof because you feel truth. You stop trying to control the mirror because you've realized you are both the mirror and the reflection. And in that knowing, a peace arises that no result could ever give you. You don't need to see it to believe it anymore. You believe it and therefore you see it. That's the paradox of quantum manifestation. Reality bends when you stop asking it to. It unfolds the moment you stop clutching for it. Because it's never been about attracting something new. It's about remembering what's already within you. And when you begin to live this truth, something ancient awakens inside you. And knowing that you were never waiting for reality, reality was waiting for you. Waiting for you to remember. Waiting for you to tune in. Waiting for you to finally become the vibration. It's been echoing all along. You are the field, you are the observer. You are the dreamer and the dream. And from this point forward, every thought, every breath, every heartbeat is a dialogue between you and the universe itself. So listen. Trust. Flow. You've traveled far, from the noise of seeking to the silence of knowing. You've seen how thought becomes frequency, how frequency becomes matter, how reality your reality. Thence to the rhythm of your consciousness, you've learned that manifestation isn't a trick, or a secret technique buried in ancient words. It's a remembrance, a return to what's always been true. You are not a body chasing outcomes. You are awareness sculpting timelines. You are the observer, and your observation is creation. So now, as this journey closes, take a breath. Feel how the air moves through you. How existence itself is responding to your attention. Every sound, every flicker of light, every beat of your heart is the universe whispering, I am you. You've never been disconnected. You've only been distracted. And now, with your awareness awakened, you can finally live quantum. Not as an idea, but as a way of being. Here's your invitation right now. Before this video ends, pause and ask yourself, what truth just woke up inside me? What synchronicity have I begun to notice? What new frequency am I ready to embody? Then speak it into existence below. Write it in the comments not as a wish, but as a declaration, because every word you type is a waveform collapsing. Every intention you share is energy in motion. And when we declare together, our frequencies converge, creating a field of coherence so powerful, it ripples beyond the screen. This isn't just a community, it's a collective field of observers, each one awakening the other. If this message resonated with you, stay in this field, subscribe, connect, and keep exploring the unseen side of creation. Because this is only the beginning. Every video here is a portal, another layer of the quantum reality that's been waiting for you to see it. When you remember who you truly are, the next reality is never out of reach. It's already vibrating at the edge of your awareness. And as you step back into your day, carry this truth like a pulse beneath your breath. Reality is not happening to you. It's happening through you. You are the bridge between thought and form, the translator between energy and experience. And the universe isn't outside you. It's waiting inside your next thought,